What's up, everyone? Today I have a special replay that I literally just finished playing. Man, the game was absolutely crazy. I've been trying to 3-mark this tank for probably going on a week now. It is super inconsistent, uh, mainly due to the low DPM. And yeah, let's get into it. So here we got the 122 TM. It was originally available, I believe, maybe in a marathon last year, so 2021, January, February-ish. And then it was also available for the Christmas boxes. So a lot more people got their hands on them. As you can tell, low power to weight. Top speed is okay, but because of the low power to weight, you just can't go anywhere. And if you guys are more interested in a in-depth review, I do actually have a review of this tank on my channel, so feel free to check that out. Anyways, here you can see the super long reload. I think mine's about 13.5 seconds, and my ammo loadout for 3 marking, I loaded just a little more heat, so I run 10, 17, and 3. So as we can tell, my first shot already hit the tracks of a defender. It was kind of annoying. And I also just aimed badly there. I've been super frustrated with this tank, especially in today's session. My teams just have been super annoying. So either complete roll and I can't keep up, or I get absolutely wrecked because my team just can't do anything. The one nice thing about the 122 TM is that it has gun depression for a Chinese medium tank, which does allow you to play ridgelines. You do have cupolas, but the turret is actually pretty strong other than the cupolas. But the gun does love to troll you. Especially because the reload is so long, you'll see me use intuition here once I do finish my long reload. I switch to heat just for the added penetration. I think it's 299. Yeah, 299 and then 233 for the APCR. So both are pretty good rounds, but you have to hit things first. And you have to hit things in the right place. Anyways, this thing really requires games to go long because you need to have the time to dish out damage. It's definitely one of my higher assistance medium tanks at tier 8 because I do try to get mid to late game spotting a lot of the time. Also, because of this high caliber gun, it's really good at setting things on fire. So, fire number 1. Here we go, 2200 damage. I was at 93.93% at the beginning of this game. So, I needed, I think in the realms of... No, that was a heat round that bounced off the front of an ISU. That is not the last bounce, I will tell you that. Luckily, the gun does behave occasionally. So, back to 3 marking. Typically, I like to go for efficiency. This tank has been frustrating me, but I've been so close that I decided to grind out the rest of it. This was number 383. I am so close to 400. I am unofficially announcing it here that I will be doing some form of giveaway or event once I reach 400, because no one on the North American server has done that. Actually, no one has done 383, and once I do the next one, no one has done that either. So, and that's kind of been the case ever since I reached, I think it was 225 3 marks. So that was just frustrating from shell velocity standpoint. I just totally missed him. And then I bounce off a Chiri with 300 penetration. There's a reason I just sat there for a second, because I lifted my hands off of the my mouse and keyboard, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so bad. I even type in chat. So here we are. Here we are. My team has half the hit points of the enemy, and yeah, we only have 4 tanks to their 8. It's not a good situation. I'm up to 3,000 damage, which means that I won't lose Mark. And again, I hit the defender and only tracked him. Oh, it was so frustrating. These endgame scenarios are so difficult. I don't know how he bounced, but man, wraps it up. So at this point, it's 2v6. IS3 bounces again. Like, this thing's armor sometimes works and sometimes just absolutely doesn't. These endgame scenarios, a lot of the time what you're trying to do is keep all the guns in front of you so there's no tank behind you. Now, of course, this guy is circling me. This thing's turret traverse actually is painful sometimes, but I do get him. So, I think that was a 1v6. At this point, I think that was the shot that got me to almost the 3 mark. That was like 94.8%. I'm like, please, one more shot. And then he bounces off of me. And apparently that thing is not very heavy compared to this thing, because he just ran himself to death. 240 damage. Now it goes from 1v6 down to 1v3. I'm on 44 HP. I have 3 heat shells left, 1 APCR, and 3 high explosive. At this point, I'm already shaking because I'm so close to well, winning the game first of all, but then 3 mark as well, which I've been trying to get it for so long, and the games have been so frustrating. T29 bounces off of me there, so I turn my armor to the defender, who then proceeds to bounce off of me, so I turn towards the T29, hoping. And then I set him on fire. Like, there's another fire. I'm down to 1 APCR round and 3 HE. There we go. That is how I got a Kolobanovs and the 3 mark in the 122 TM. That was one of the craziest endings I've ever had in a battle, purely due to the luck involved. I bounced so many shots. Then the fire on the T29, plus just the timing of when the tanks came, I was able to keep both. I don't think it was ever more than a 1v2 in any situation, and I was always able to keep the 2 tanks, for the most part, in front of me, which allowed me to actually bounce shots. I was a little bit lucky with the T29 and the Defender, the timing of when they fired, because then I was able to turn my armor towards one and then the other. But it's absolutely nuts. So now to the post-game stats. 3 mark, of course, finally. Got Radley Walters, Kolobanovs, Spartan, because I had 40 hit points and they kept bouncing off of me. Steel Wall, High Caliber, Top Gun. Just an absolutely crazy game. 6,600 damage, 9 kills, over 2,000 base XP in a tank that doesn't really have a big XP multiplier. Like, this thing does not get very much base XP. It is just crazy that I got it that high. And check this out. I even made 74,000 credits profit with no credit boosters. It's just because I fired my 10 APCR rounds and penned most of them. So, yeah, that is probably one of the craziest games I've played. Kolobanovs 3 mark in a tank that, in my opinion, is not that good. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hit the like button. Feel free to comment. I will answer questions as I can. And also feel free to subscribe. Check out the review of the 122 if you're interested in learning more about it. And in the future, look for other tank reviews. I have a lot of stuff coming up in real life. I'm finishing up my master's program. I have been learning how to fly, so closing in on the end of ground school and inching my way towards getting my private pilot's license. So just lots of stuff. And I'll probably also be playing some Gran Turismo 7. Let me know if you guys want me to post videos on that too. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that, and I will see you guys around.